Intel's desktop and mobile Arrow Lake chips feature different versions of LPG. Toward the end of 2024, Intel will update its client processor product stack with the introduction of the new Arrow Lake microarchitecture targeting both the desktop and mobile segments. On the desktop side of things, this will herald the new socket LG 1851 with more SOC connectivity being shifted to the processor, and on the mobile side of things, there will be a much needed increase in CPU core counts from the current 6P plus 8E plus 2LP. This low maximum core count for Meteor Lake is the reason why Intel couldn't debut it on the desktop platform, and couldn't use it to power enthusiast HX segment mobile processors, either. It had to tap into Raptor Lake Refresh, and use the older 14th Gen core nomenclature one last time. All hopes are now pinned on Arrow Lake, which could make up Intel's second Core Ultra mobile lineup, its first desktop Core Ultra, and possibly push Meteor Lake to the non-Ultra tier. Arrow Lake carries forward the LPG graphics architecture for the IGPU that Intel debuted with Meteor Lake, but there's a key difference between the desktop and mobile Arrow Lake chips concerning this IGPU, and it has not just to do with its core counts. It turns out that while the desktop Arrow Lake S processor comes with an IGPU based on the LPG graphics architecture, the mobile Arrow Lake chips spanning the U, P, and H segments will use a newer version of this architecture, called the LPG Plus. Intel tends to give its desktop S segment and enthusiast mobile HX segment processors their smallest tiers of IGPUs to accommodate the relatively higher CPU core counts. In comparison, it tends to give its mobile of U, P, and H segments better endowed IGPUs with higher shader counts, with the guiding principle being that these notebooks tend to lack discrete graphics, and so you'd want to give users the best possible graphics from the processor. It's likely that Intel is extending this principle even to the graphics architectures behind its future IGPUs. At this point, we don't exactly know what constitutes the Plus in LPG Plus. One line of speculation holds that Intel might be updating the media accelerators and display engines of the IGPU while retaining the LPG ISO for this course. But it turns out that Intel has done the opposite. A Silicon Stream article says that LPG Plus is an update to the ISO side of things, rather than to ancillaries such as media or display. Apparently, LPG Plus gets support for DPIs, product accumulate systolic, something that's already available on this HPG, but which the original iteration of LPG lacks. DPIs enables FP16, BF16, and int4 multiplication with 16 or 32 bits accumulate. LPG is an in-between to the LP architecture powering older generation Intel IGPUs, and the HPG powering its ARC discrete GPUs. LPG features the full DirectX 12 Ultimate machinery from the HPG, but lacks its XMXI acceleration engine. ZSS falls back to a DP4A CODA path on LPG. Intel is expected to debut Arrow Lake in Q4 2024.